Ugh. It wasn't that windy during these storms, but so much rain the ground must have gotten soft on this slope. Does the tree smell interesting? Yep. There's no break in the stump at all in the trunk. It was just fallen over, uprooted basically. Only a small tree, so mustn't have had a lot of purchase in its roots yet. Yeah, a good boy walk today, Bat. It's nice to have a fine day after the week we've had. I hope it's like this up the coast because there's been some really severe flooding. A few fatalities in various towns. I don't know the details of those, but it's just sad to know. The Central Coast all the way up to Coffs Harbour. It's sort of like right up the coast in New South Wales. I complain about the water we've got in our place. It's really nothing in comparison to what some people have been through this past week. He's been wanting this. It's Tuesday, the 4th of June. Is that right? No, Tuesday the 3rd. Last Thursday, I was feeling a bit rough in the throat. It was like, bit of a cold, feels like a bit of a headache. Took a COVID test and it was fine. I had actually had one of those ones that's COVID, influenza A and B. So I took one of those and they all came up negative. I went, all right, so I just got a bit of a head cold. Took some Codral and went to work. I had a fairly light day, so it wasn't too bad. Headaches kind of persisted, a little bit more sore behind the eyes. Driving home, I was getting little shivers in the car and I went, okay, this feels like more of a fever. When I got home, came upstairs, took another test, and it came up positive for COVID. So I immediately quarantined myself. That was Thursday night. I last tested last night so that I could tell if I was going to come to work today. Kind of felt like crap on Friday. Wasn't too bad on Saturday. And Sunday, I was feeling okay. But I took a test Sunday night, real strong COVID signature on it. So stayed home Monday night, took another test because I was feeling okay. Tested positive, though it was weaker. Now the thing is, I feel bad enough that I was at work on the Thursday in the early stages of COVID. But I don't know how soon it actually shows up, you know what I mean? Like, you know how they say with some things like chicken pox and whatnot, you can be contagious before you actually show signs. Well, I'm wondering at what point during the day I might have actually shown a positive result. But apparently there's been a number of people at work that have been off with COVID. I do know that it went through a staff room last year. I don't know how many people at school is just like, I heard this person possibly had it. Apparently this person had it. Like, I was up front and just said, look, I got COVID, I'm not in. And I wanted to say it so that people would know to be wary and to check if they start to feel a little off. Because we did have a college KLA meeting that Thursday afternoon. While I didn't mingle with a lot of people, I talked to a couple. I sent an email to all the other head teachers and said, look, I hate sending this out, but I tested positive for COVID tonight. So please pass on this information to all of your staff so they can be aware and can check. Apart from the fever and the headache, I'm trying to think of all my symptoms. Fever on that Thursday night, headache, obviously sore throat. When I first told my wife I had a sore throat, driving home on Thursday, she said, were you in the wood shop? I said, yeah. She said, do you have a mask on? And I said, no. She goes, well, it's your own fault. I didn't use any power tools, but that doesn't mean it's not a dusty environment, does it? I'm going to get back into that practice because I know I lose my voice a lot. And it's quite often after being in the wood shops. So get back into that routine. Now, I'm actually not sure what the department's policy is on return to work. I think it was like, as soon as you're symptomless, I think you can return. This is for flu, like influenza and COVID. There's no real guidelines anymore. Of course, COVID's over. But knowing that I'm positive, I couldn't go in, even if I went, well, I'm going to be at work and I'm going to wear a mask all the time. I don't know. I would just feel irresponsible to go in while positive, even if I was masked up and distancing and that sort of stuff. He's up. Couldn't have come at a worse time too, this, so it serves myself right for not being careful, but being quarantined away from him for the last 5 and a bit days, every now and then I'd hear his little claws on the door, and I'm just like, I'm in quarantine, sorry, can't come out. My brother was also visiting Sydney. We were going to meet up on Sunday. He was going to have his son and daughter with him, so my niece and nephew. He was going to have them with him, and it would have been the first time I'd had a chance to meet them. And that's going to have to be another time. That's annoying. What's also annoying is, even though I've been home sick, recovering, I was still doing work because reports are due. I was doing stuff with the reporting system Sunday. I think I was doing my own work on the Saturday. I was doing work on the reports yesterday, and I'll be doing more today when I get back. And preparing work for your classes. Like when I decided Sunday that I wasn't going to be in Monday, I was creating worksheets for the classes because I had both my timber and metal. I had year 11 construction, so I checked on where they were up to with things so I could put stuff on Google Classroom to say, can you do this please? Today I only had one class, which was year 12, so I checked where they were up to. I left a message on Google Classroom for them on what work they should be doing. I felt bad on Friday because I was meant to have double metal work where we were going to be making a start on those little garden trowels. I was looking forward to working on with that with the kids. So they missed a double. They missed a class yesterday. I think I'm meant to have them tomorrow. Take another test when we get back to the house. Or when I'm back into my little quarantine room, because when I get back to the house, I've got to mask up and... Boy. It's so quiet out here today. Oh, there's no wind. I haven't heard many birds at all. There's a car coming. Come here, come here. Come here. So it's not like no cars coming along here at all, but it's rare. So the only people who are really going to come down this dirt road are the people who live down the end. Or I guess people visiting them. They check my temperature when I get back too. Feels like I might still just be running a slight one, which is weird. My initial fever was pretty high. You want to keep going for a bit? Yeah? Alright. You won't get back in the car yet. I don't blame him. Car coming again. Come here, off the side. Come here. That's what I thought that was. It's just a P-plater hooning along the dirt road. Of course, they've basically come back almost the time it would take to go down there and turn around. My temperature on Thursday night, 39.7 degrees Celsius. The normal's 37. My normal is about 36.8, I think, so it's just a little bit lower. So I was definitely running a fever. This temperature now could be because I'm walking in a sweatsuit. In a hoodie. Isn't that nice? It's a butcherbird. Oh no, sorry, a wattlebird, I think it was. Positive again last night. Haven't tested today, I'll test tonight. So it's almost a week. I can't remember how long this is supposed to last. My wife said, can I walk him again today? Around 2 o'clock, the weather would be nice. And I think about, this was like right early in the morning. Probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It started raining. The ground's wet now. But it has dried out in spots. When that rain broke, I went, oh no. See, the most annoying part of this is I don't feel off or sick. This cruddy throat stuff like with my voice, I get that all the time. All the time. Had a bit of a headache this morning or midway through the day, and it's because I think I overslept and I hadn't had enough water to drink. So I just took some Panadol and drink of water. Feeling all right now. It is frustrating that you don't feel off, but you got to take time off because of the fact that you're technically still contagious, because if you're testing positive, that means that there's a chance that you could shed the virus somewhere. When you test, it's either in your spit or in your nose. I'm using the nasal ones, and I've been told by a mate who's in the ambulance service over in England, and he said the nasal swab ones are usually much more accurate than the spit ones. And he said that once because the last time I think I got it, which was back in 22, testing towards the end of it, wanting to get back to work, and I had both types of tests. So the spit test said I was negative, but the nasal one said I was positive. And that's where he said, yeah, the nasal ones probably are more reliable. So go with that one. I went, will do. My main reason for just saying, look, I'm going to stay at home until I test negative, because I'm sure I've seen people who wouldn't normally wear a mask suddenly appear at school in a mask. Not really sure whether it was after they'd been off or not, because you don't see everybody every day. Working in a place that has, I think we just passed 700 students in our school, so our numbers are climbing. 700 students and 100 odd staff. When you're in an environment where you're potentially in contact with 800 plus people, you want to take those sort of precautions to protect other people. I know that when I do go back, I'll be wearing the mask, even if I have tested negative, because you can't take chances. Can't live like a renegade all the time, can you? Much cooler today. Much cooler today. Especially with that breeze. It's very refreshing after being cooped up in isolation.